But I want to welcome Brian Stahl, president of Xtreme Bass Series, to Sports Central. Appreciate your time.
Neal, Eric, I'm happy to be here.
So tell us, I have so many questions. I'll try to let you talk, but I have so many questions because I'm always intrigued about the fishing competitions because, you know, the sport of fishing, whether it's recreational or competitive, it's slightly hard to get your arms around. And what I mean by that is it's kind of like the sport of water skiing. A lot of times people that are coming into Polk County and participating in a competitive event, you see that, but you don't typically see the folks that are coming in that love the 555 lakes that we have in Polk County. So they're paying money to be here as a leisure traveler and fish our waters versus the competitive side. It's kind of like water skiing. People come down, they train, and maybe you know they're here or not. Maybe they're not part of an official event. So how do you take your series and turn that into competitions where they can show how good they are on the waters here in Polk County?
Sure. So just to give you a quick synopsis of what Xtreme Bass Series is, we're the largest grassroots non-professional tournament trail in the state. We run events from Tallahassee all the way over to Jacksonville, all the way down to Okeechobee. So we're running over 100 events throughout the calendar year. A bulk of those are right here in Polk County in Central Florida. We probably next year we'll be running 20 or 21 events out of that 100. So what we do is we offer the ability for non-professional anglers, because there is a professional aspect to the sport of bass fishing, an opportunity to get out on the water, showcase their skills, a nominal entry fee, but they're able to go out on whether it's the Winter Haven chain of lakes, Lake Parker, the Kissimmee chain of lakes out of Camp Mack, have an opportunity to spend the day on the water, have some fun, and maybe make a little extra cash at the end of the day.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what's happening this weekend at Camp Mack. It's people having fun, and it's for a good cause. I understand it's the Xtreme Bass Series annual 4-man Toys for Tots event.
It is, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that event and the cause and what it means to you guys.
So this year is the 12th annual 4-man open. It's the 11th year we've done it as a toy drive. The first year we ran that event, we typically would have up until last year or 2 years ago, we always ran it in December. Just a last-minute way to get everybody on the water, everybody have some fun before the holidays, because typically November, December are the off months, the off season. So 12 years ago we started that event, and then it got to a point where I said, I want to be able to give back to the local community. Couldn't really afford to financially at the time, so I said, what better way than to incorporate this event into a toy drive? And the first couple years we worked with Mr. David Kuhn, who was in charge of Polk County Toys for Tots at the time. That transitioned over to Mr. David Waller, who unfortunately passed away a few years ago, and now Miss Angela Davis is heading it up, and she's doing a fantastic job. And what we do with this event is try to get not just the anglers but the local community to come down, bring some toys. It's a way for, it's another drop-off point for Toys for Tots, and each year it seems like that donation grows. We're expecting 100 plus or minus anglers at Camp Mack this weekend, tomorrow, as a matter of fact, for our 12th annual event, and we're really looking forward to being able to give back to the local children within this community.
The last word you just used was community. We heard Terrell talk about it. We heard Dan talk about it. And sports is an important part of Polk County, but giving back is really paramount in Polk County. And why was that important for not you? Certainly understand the reason, but why is it important for your anglers to come out and support something like that? Because it's competition, it's camaraderie, it brings them together, but also benefits some youngsters. So how did you sell that, and why do you have so much success with this particular event?
Throughout the season, it's primarily focused on just fishing. It's primarily focused on the competition aspect. This event, we strip that down quite a bit. Typical bass tournaments are two anglers, men or women, to a boat, and you're fishing against every other boat out there. In this event, our anglers are able to partner with two other anglers in another boat. They're able to do some of the things that they're not able to typically do throughout a standard bass tournament. Incorporating the toy drive aspect of it, it allows not just myself but our anglers as well that same sense of being able to give back to the community when each and every weekend throughout the month, whatever the case is, they're there taking advantage of the ability to be on the water year round, but they may not necessarily do anything on their own to be able to give back. So it's a really simple way to make sure that we're able to make an impact throughout Polk County.
And that you do. I believe I read last year it was, this event produced around 8,000 to 10,000 for that, between toys and donations for the Toys for Tots for Polk County. So it's definitely a great cause, and I love that you guys are doing that. And, this event isn't focused on the competition, as we said, but, I wanted to ask more about the competition. Sure. The championships just wrapped up last week of October. Mm-hmm. So I was wondering how the layout of these events works, how is it, this one's a 4-man, but I believe it's usually 2-man for the regular events, correct?
Correct. So, 3 weeks ago we wrapped up our divisional season down at Camp Mack. We held our this is 21st year running tournaments. So we had our second largest turnout in a championship event this year. 170 teams, 340 anglers on the Kissimmee Chain of Lakes, and those anglers, they qualified just by participation throughout the local regional divisions. And what we did was we invited everybody that fished a certain number of events throughout the season to that championship. And we awarded over $120,000 in cash and prizes, with the first place prize being an $83,000 Blazer bass boat fully loaded.
What kind of weight or combined weight is winning an event like that or a championship? I want to know what Eric and I need to strive for, this coming season.
Sure. So the weights were actually up quite a bit from what my estimations were going to be. Mm-hmm. The first day we saw mother and son team Cheryl and Kyle Brewer. They brought in 32 pounds on day one. I was expecting 24 to be the top bag. At the end of the weekend, we saw Jeremy Smith and Jim Folks. They put together a 51.5 pound bag over 2 days, so 25 pounds and change on day one, 26 and change
now,
on day two.
How many are on that string to total that weight?
5 fish.
Okay.
Yep. So anglers can bring up to 5 fish to the weigh-in stage.
That's some large fish.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not a mathematician, but we're talking 10 pounders.
Yeah, the biggest fish we saw throughout the weekend was just over 8.5 pounds. Florida trophy catch. But average, you're talking 5 to 6 pounds
Sure.
on each fish, and those are not small fish by any stretch of the imagination.
Absolutely. And I believe you're more the director of the Central Florida division, correct? Would that be?
Correct. So I had all of Xtreme, but the 2 divisions that I run are the Central Florida division, which bounces between 9 different bodies of water within Polk County, as well as the Kissimmee division, which focuses on the entire Kissimmee Chain of Lakes, and that's right out of Camp Mack.
Absolutely. And so sorry to cut you off, Neal, but how would somebody watching that's, I'm interested in fishing, how would somebody get involved? Is it a membership fee? Is it something like that?
Sure. So our divisional format events, there is a membership fee per person. It's $50 per angler, and then there's a $120 entry fee per event. But anybody that wants to check it out and they're interested in fishing, XtremeBassSeries.com is the easiest way to find all the information.
And I was going to say, as I led into this interview, and I think I did a horrific job trying to explain it, so I'm going to take another stab at it. These events, a lot of people, like the Iron Man that we had with Terrell, they come in and train before they actually fish it. Water skiers, they come in and train. So you have a lot of these anglers that are coming in fishing these waters, so they're ready to go for those tournaments. So they're not just coming in for that singular event. They're coming in weeks and months before that to get ready on these waters, correct?
Correct. Depending on their availability with schedule. Ahead of our championship, we had anglers that were here for 3 days, 5 days. I had one angler that put his RV down at Camp Mack for the entire month to practice and spend time and try to figure out and break down that body of water so they could figure out where they wanted to fish, where they felt like the winning fish were going to be.
got about 60 seconds left here, but what makes Polk County such a great location? We know we're centrally located, but the 555 lakes, what makes, I believe you said 20 to 25 of your 100 events are in Polk County. Why is that? Why is Polk County a good destination?
Well, you pretty much just hit on it. You know, the locality, the central locality of everything. Anybody, whether they're in the Orlando area, the Tampa area, down south towards Sebring, or east towards Vero Beach, it's a very simple, easy drive to get to Polk County within an hour and a half in some cases. I personally live in, Eric, we were talking about it beforehand. I live in a town called Land O'Lakes, just north of Tampa. But Polk County really is the land of lakes throughout the entire state of Florida.
Maybe we start tagging ourselves. We're not that Land O'Lakes. We're the Land O'Lakes. No, I'm just kidding. We'll do that. Well, thank you so much. Is there a website, back to Eric's question, is there a website where people can get more information about how they can participate with your organization?
Absolutely. Short URL, xbseries.com or xtremebassseries.com. No E ahead of the extreme.
All right. One more time.
Xtremebassseries.com.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much. Good luck with the event this weekend and all 20 or 25 of those events. And as always, if there's anything that we can do to help you guys out, we do appreciate your events.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys having me on today.